No, no. Well, no. It's
No.
no.
Grammar. It's a whole concept in one word that we don't have in English. Hey, what's up, my humans? This is Tricia with the Truth, and you are the truth. Today we have Sebastian joining us, and he is going to be teaching me some Dutch.
So I'm Sebastian, 33 years old, from the Netherlands, and well, the Dutch are known to be very direct, and I actually do like that.
I guess I don't know that much about the culture, so what
We
can I?
do eat. We are cheeseheads for a reason. We do eat a lot of cheese in our country.
I noticed you and another of our friends was talking about that in the chat. Like, another state here, Wisconsin, they call them cheeseheads too. So yeah, that's interesting.
Let's start with some greetings.
Oh boy. Oh wait, let me get my pen and paper. I'm always,
Yeah.
if you've seen any of my other videos, I'm always trying
I-
to
I-
guess the spelling. Some of the other languages, maybe I knew like a little bit, though the ones that I've been filming, or like maybe yeah, there's some just a little bit of familiarity, but like with Dutch, it's like I'm coming in completely blind. I think I don't know, except for
okay.
maybe a couple things that you said in the chat. So my expectations are like I feel like the spelling is not gonna really make sense to what you're saying in my ears. So
No, probably not. But considering you're completely blank, then you're gonna like the second group I prepared, because I created the second subject is basically lost in translation, Dutch words that don't really have an English translation.
ooh, those are fun though. Those are fun.
So I'm gonna say them and make you guess what you think what they mean. Well, the first word is hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that means hello, or no?
Exactly. Straight
Starting out
spot
real
on.
simple, but let me see if there's a different spelling. Let me guess. The way that you said it sounds like HALLO. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah?
That's exactly it. Yeah.
Well, starting off strong, but we're gonna go down
Yeah.
from here, I'm sure.
But that was the easy one.
Right.
The next one is goedemorgen.
That sounds like good morning,
That is correct.
but
The spelling might be a little bit harder.
can you say that really slow?
Goedemorgen.
What?
Goedemorgen.
Morgen.
Yeah.
Morgen. I don't know if I'm
Yeah,
gonna say
we love that. We love that G sound. It's
well,
like in a lot of words.
Okay, I'm gonna put a D.
Goedemorgen. Goedemorgen.
And I'm kind of like, okay, like I have a Doolittle. I have a Doolittle. I do have a little background in like German, so I guess maybe some of that is in my head. But anyway, this is kind of, I have no idea.
No, that is not. I mean, the Guten is written like it's German, the first part, but actually there is no space in this word.
Okay.
It's one word. But yeah, you can say it like two words as well. But the spelling is the GOEDEMORGEN.
Okay. The well, no, say it again. Say the word again.
Goedemorgen.
Okay. Well, when you explain that the gen, whatever you're saying,
Yeah.
has its own like letter, then that makes sense to me. But the Gouda, that's
yeah. When we have an OE after each other, then that's the ooh sound.
Ooh, I'm gonna put a little key here. So OE equals ooh, and I'm gonna put a U because that's what makes sense to me.
And depending on where you're in the country, then the D may become silent. So goedemorgen instead of goedemorgen.
So then maybe I should ask, where are you regionally? North, south, east, west, central?
I grew up in the east, and now I'm living slightly east from the center. So.
Okay, interesting. So,
but I grew up on pretty much the German border.
Okay. So those G's, though, both of those G's have the same sound?
Yeah.
In that word? Okay, that helps. Cool. Well, that was interesting. And we're just on good morning. So, okay, what's next?
Yeah. Next up is goedemiddag.
Goede, so I'm gonna spell that the same. Goedemiddag? Is that like middle? Like good afternoon?
Yeah, exactly.
I just like decoded that. I don't know. Good afternoon.
Yeah, well, the spelling for middag is not entirely correct.
Okay.
That would be middag.
Ah, okay. That still makes
Goedemiddag.
sense.
It ends with the sound.
Goedemiddag.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm getting slightly used to it. Okay. What's the next one?
Well, the next one is actually written as two words. Goedenavond.
Goede.
Avond.
Avond?
Avond. Yeah.
Avond. Fault. I'm sure that's completely wrong. But goedenavond. You know, but it doesn't make sense to me. But is that good night? Just because that's the pattern that we're going with?
Good evening.
Good evening. Okay. Good evening. Okay, this is the guess of my spelling. My expectation is that it's not.
Yeah, no, but after that it's VOND.
What?
So it's AVOND.
Right, but can you say that again? That does not make sense in my ears.
Avond, or AVOND.
Okay. I guess now that I'm seeing it again and then hearing it again, Afond.
Avond.
Goede avond.
Yeah, goedenavond. And then to complete, of course, goedenacht.
Oh, okay. Goedenacht.
Yeah.
I'm used to that in German. I just know some words, but in Silent Night, they
Yeah.
Nacht. So.
Yeah, you spelled that correctly. Hey. It's the same written in German as in Dutch.
Just because I'm used to, only because of Silent Night, everybody. That's why.
I mean, that's how we learn things, right?
Right.
But I do think that goedenacht is more like something you say like goedemorgen, goedemiddag, goedenavond, and good night in English is also more set for when you go to sleep, and right. Goedenacht isn't used in that way.
I noticed that with some people who say that I think their meaning is to say good evening, like a greeting, but when they say good night in my culture, it's like very final, like I'm going to bed, I'm stopping to have this conversation or interaction.
So if we continue with the next word, well, I have two words that mean the same. So I'll give you the first one. That makes it probably easier to guess the meaning. Slaap lekker.
What?
Slaap lekker.
Slaap lekker.
Yeah, it's two words, but yeah, slaap lekker.
Slaap lekker?
No. So the first thing, slaap, is SLAA or AAP. Slaap.
Oh, okay.
And lekker is LEKKER.
Ah, LEKKER. And that the slab?
Slaap, yeah, that with double A, yeah.
That's interesting because again, to my ear, because maybe the P's in some languages are just so subtle that like it didn't sound like a P to me. It sounded like a B. But slaap lekker.
Yeah.
Slaap lekker. I have no idea what that means.
I mean, slaap really sounds the same as, or it's pretty much the same as sleep. So sleep tight.
Oh. Wow, yeah, I would have no idea.
And then we also use wel te rusten.
Wel te rusten? What did you say?
Wel te rusten.
Wel te rusten. Wel te rusten? Wel te rusten.
Ja. Wel te rusten.
Wel te rusten. Oh, man. I don't know.
It starts with a W, but for the rest, that is actually correct.
What? It's a miracle.
Yeah.
Wow. Those I was just really going off the cuff there. Welterusten.
Welterusten. And that also means sleep tight.
Oh, okay. Well, so what do they mean literally? Because I find that, of course, in general they have like a similar meaning in English, but like that it means literally something else.
I think sleep tight, slaap lekker is literally the one-on-one translation, and we use the same. I think that the way you use good night in English, we say welterusten. So,
Okay.
so I think there's little difference in between using those terms in that sense. But on to the next thing.
Okay.
How are you? So, hoe gaat het met jou?
How are you? Oh my god, I can't even spell it in English. Okay. What? Can you say it again?
Hoe gaat het met jou?
Who hothead? What? It's so funny when you're learning other languages and the words sound like something else, you know? So to my English speaking ear, it sounds like who hothead, and like hot, you got a hot head, like you're angry or something. But then what was the rest of it?
Met jou.
Met jou. Who hothead met jou.
Yeah.
I can't spell it another way because in my ear. Oh man. Okay. Who hothead? Who hothead? Ah. Who is HU? I don't know. Who hothead?
Who is H-O-E.
Okay.
And then gaat is G-A-A-T.
Ah, okay. I got the AA.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then het is H-E-T.
Ah, the T and the D sound. Okay.
Yeah. And then there's met, so M-E-T.
Ooh, I got that part right.
And then jou is J-O-U. J, yeah. J-O-U.
And then so where do I put the spaces?
So it's hoe, space, gaat, space, het, space, met, space, jou.
Okay.
Question mark.
So that means that it literally means something else, right? So instead of how are you, does it mean like how is your day going or something like that? Because
well, no, this is literally how are you. But the thing is, when the Dutch ask it, they also really want to know. Like, they can ask for it, but it means more like if you would say how are you really in English. So because the Dutch don't, they simply do really want to know, else they don't ask.
Sure, that makes sense. But so there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 words. Like so what does each word mean? Maybe that could help.
Yeah, no. So the who is how, and then gaat. Well, I think you could also say how are you doing, and then gaat het is more like the are or doing. So
okay,
that would be the are doing. So yeah, that would be kind of it. And then met would translate to with, but you don't say it in when translating into English.
Right.
And jou is you.
Okay. Yeah. No, I like the literal translation for me helps me understand how the language works. You know. So let's see. So you said literally, it kind of means like how are doing with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I like that.
That would, yeah.
Like how's it going with you? Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. I mean, if we would ask hoe gaat het, that's more like how's it going. The most common Dutch small talk topic. That's the weather. So, hoe is het weer?
I'm surprised you guys still have small talk if you're direct.
Yeah, true.
So what
sometimes.
Is it? How is the weather?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. So that's funny. How is the weather? Shout out to my dad because he always loves to ask that question. Ooh, nah. See, I have to refer back to. Okay. So HOE maybe. Who and then what?
Is
Is
het weer.
Ver?
Weer.
Ver. Now, it sounds like a V, but I'm going to put a W. I don't know.
Okay, so the is IS, and
Oh.
weer has a double E.
Oh.
It,
What?
it's when it's long sounding vowels, then it's probably two.
Was that a long sounding vowel? Because I.
Weer, else it would be ver. So weer.
Oh. Who is het ver? Ver.
Weer.
Who is that guy over there? Round one. Ding, 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 ding.
Round one. Exactly. So now we're gonna get to the fun part. What do you think these next words mean? Jarig.
Jaar.
Jarig.
Jarig.
Jarig. Yes.
Jarig. I'm gonna guess yard. Like
No.
like the backyard.
No. So this is basically someone who has his or her birthday. That person is jarig.
Oh, so like if it's your birthday today, I would say.
Yeah. Then you are jarig.
Oh, you are jarig.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting. That's an interesting concept. You are this special person because it's your birthday today. Fitting in one.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm gonna write that down as the translation.
The next one is borrelen.
Say again.
Borrelen.
Borrelen. Man, sounds like borderline. I don't know. Donkey.
No. No, this is basically a social gathering with drinks and snacks. Most commonly used for the Friday afternoon. Well, at least in the Netherlands, it's pretty common to have a Friday afternoon where you basically at 4 p.m. say, okay, so now it's time for a borrel. But that is basically the most common, the Friday afternoon borrel. But you can also have it with friends. You can have it in the evening. So the next one is uitwaaien.
Outwaaien.
Uitwaaien.
Outwaaien. Out. Get out. The way that I'm spelling it almost makes me think of like autumn. But the way that it sounds, maybe like outwaaien, out. Like, I don't know, like the forest or something.
It's actually an activity that, well, a fair amount of Dutch people like, but I don't think that an English-speaking person would really do it. I mean, there's no really an English translation for it. If I look it up in a dictionary, I would get be blown out.
Be blown out. Like it's
yeah, and
adventure?
another translation I heard somewhere else was get winded.
So like an excitable activity?
Well, it is an activity. I wouldn't say it's excitable, but more a relaxing activity, actually. It is the activity to go to the beach and just let the wind blow, basically blow you out.
That's interesting that it said like get winded, because actually get winded means like you're exercising and you're like exerting energy, so that doesn't make sense.
Like usually going to the beach and let the sea wind just calm your mind down and relax you a bit.
Oh man, I love that. That's like one of my favorite things to do. Like to just go to the beach and like breathe deeply and like feel the breeze. It's a whole concept in one word that we don't have in English.
The next word is uitbuiken.
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 Say it again.
Buiken.
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 Buiken. Why do I think of like a toboggan? I don't know. Something to do with the snow.
Well, this one doesn't. Even the dictionary doesn't dare to translate this. So it literally doesn't. If I were to take like a literal translation, it would mean belly out.
Belly
And
out. Belly
belly
out.
out.
Wow out.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, but it tells of basically the activity that some people like to do, especially after like a really big dinner, like a Christmas dinner or a Thanksgiving dinner, and that you're then gonna want to sit down on the couch and just unzip your pants so that your belly has the room to.
Oh, that's funny. I'm full. I'm gonna go sit on the sofa and out balcony.
Yeah,
Like relax and
just be like
unbuckle my
loosen the
pants.
belt and give a little more space for your belly.
I have to unbutton the button.
Yeah.
That's funny. The belly out makes sense though. But I mean, yeah, we would have to explain further.
Yeah.
Belly out when full.
So then the next word is natafelen.
Not
Natafelen.
not Offlin?
Natafelen.
Something to do with night.
Well, the thing that that the translation says is linger at the table, but I feel like it's lingering at the table after having a good meal.
Oh,
But
interesting.
in a way, like you have had your Christmas dinner and then you just stay seated at the table.
Can it be any dinner, or does it have to do with the holidays?
No, it can be any. You can even do it like in a restaurant.
Interesting. Yeah, again, I love to do that. That's something that I do often. I linger a lot. What about, is there one word that would explain, like, when you linger at the door, too, when you're saying goodbye after visiting, like, friends? You're lingering at the door, and then, like, maybe you're lingering outside at your car.
Well, I guess we would call that like hanging around, like something like that.
I feel like we need a different word for that, because there are just some cultures here too that, like, we talk about that a lot here. Like, it's just expected. You can't just say bye and then leave. You have to linger at the door, and then it's like you even have to, like, linger at your car, or like there's like steps that you have to take, and then, like, even when you're leaving, you have to wave and honk and all that stuff. I don't know. It's funny. Anyways, okay. What's the next one?
The next one is gunnen.
Gunnen. Say it again.
Gunnen.
Gunnen. Well, the way I'm spelling it looks like genes, like genetics.
Well, it's basically granting someone something, but not necessarily that you're in the position to actually give it to them. So maybe more like wishing something for someone else
So
in a positive way.
Let's see. How can I say that? Like hoping. I don't know. Hoping the best for someone selflessly.
Yeah. Then I have one more yes,
Okay.
and that is the most commonly known Dutch word that has no translation into English. Gezellig.
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 That is actually pretty good. It's a double L and it's an I, not an E at the end.
Double L and an I instead of the E. Gezellig?
Gezellig.
It looks like gazelle. Okay, I'm gonna guess that it's another concept, so let me think of a concept. I'm just gonna randomly guess. The feeling that you're in outer space, but you're not really in outer space.
Interesting. But no.
Okay.
I mean, it could be gezellig.
Okay. Now I'm really curious.
Well, the thing is, gezellig you can say about several things.
Okay.
And it's a Well, it's basically a mixture of English words that have their own Dutch meaning as well, but the mixture makes it gezellig. And if you say it about a person or a group of persons, then it means then it was enjoyable, pleasant, sociable, companionable, all of that combined.
Okay, so can you give me an example?
Let me also say the second one as well, because you can also say it about a room. Then it's more like it's pleasant, comfortable, cozy.
Okay.
So it's gezellig is more like a feeling
Mhm.
that you get after spending time with friends or with family or your loved one or whatever. Like, okay, we had dinner. Het was gezellig. We went to the theme park. Het was gezellig. We went to the beach. Het was gezellig. Usually it goes with activities, but you can also have like a movie night, and it was gezellig.
What about like just a conversation with a good friend?
That could also be gezellig.
Okay.
And then there is
good
like
vibes. Can we say good
and
vibes?
then yeah.
All right, guys. Well, that is the end of the Dutch video. I had to turn my ring light on. Thank you so much to Sebastian, for teaching me some Dutch. If you guys want to teach me some of your language, my goal is to learn a little bit of every language on the planet. Please leave me a comment below or message me on any of my social medias. It's Tricia with the Truth or Tricia with Truth. I'm having so much fun filming these, and we'll catch you guys next week. Please subscribe if you haven't already. It really does help me out. I have hit the 1,000 mark. I mean, it's such a great milestone. You know, it's funny. Like, I feel a bit like a teenager saying like, oh, I hit 1,000 subscribers, guys. But it really does mean something to me. It is a milestone. This is something I'm working after, of course, every single week usually. So I really appreciate you guys for subscribing and sticking there with me and hanging around, maneuvering this life together and following the adventures, right? So here's to the next milestone. I'll sign out there. I love you, my humans. Bring people together and keep it truthful.